What's going on, guys? I did not post any videos last week and I apologize for that, but there's pretty good reason. I've been extremely busy with schoolwork. You know, the midterms, or the way my school works is we have 2 classes for 8 weeks and then 2 more classes for the other 8 weeks instead of 4 classes per semester. And so this one class is winding down. We had a 8-week strength or speed, strength, explosiveness program done for a specific sport. I picked basketball. But if you take a look here, that is 24 pages long. So that's basically all I did all day, every day last week. But I did film 2 workouts for you. I filmed my push strength day, which you guys haven't seen since I've been, back posting videos, and then also my strength work for deadlift and then speed work for squats on leg day. So I'll post that up after I finish talking with you guys, do a little commentary over that. Didn't really film anything else just because I've been so busy, and it wouldn't really be entertaining just to sit and watch me work on homework. But more importantly, I've been playing, oh, you can't see it, it's too bright. There we go. Been playing the Star Wars Battlefront beta. Now, a lot of you guys don't know this, but if you look at my channel, it says I have 1,700 subscribers, but then I only get like 100 views per video. And so a lot of people, I think are a little confused by that, or they're, congratulating me for, getting 1,700 subscribers. But the reason I have so many and then so few views is back in high school, I actually had a YouTube channel. It's the same one I have now, I just renamed it. It was called Papa John. John is my first name. And I posted video game content. And so that was, years ago. And so I had around 1,500 subscribers then. But of course that was years ago, and those were all subscribers for gaming content. But unfortunately, none of those people like fitness videos, or they just have, stopped using that YouTube account. So like 1,400 of those subscribers are dead. So realistically, I have, about 200 to 300 fitness subscribers. So just wanted to clear that up. And now I will stop babbling and I'll see you guys, for the commentary. Alright, we're back for the commentary, and like I mentioned before, this is a strength push day. Now I have made a couple changes to the routine since you guys have seen it last. But what I want to talk about is last week I got a question how I'm progressing on my lifts. Now, not, how am I doing, are you doing okay? Not that kind, but how exactly I'm increasing the weight from week to week, month to month, and all that. So if anybody's taken a look at my previous program that I actually released, it's a percentage-based program. Every day has a set weight, reps, sets, and it, is daily undulating periodization. Now, what I'm trying to determine now is I want to update my program, but I want to make some changes. So that's kind of what I'm experimenting with now. And so what I'm doing is kind of a mix between percentage, daily undulating periodization, linear periodization, RPE scale, and auto-regulation. So today the goal was 5 sets of 5 with 225. So typically when you do 5 sets of 5, that's about 80% of your 1 rep max. And then next week I'm going to increase the weight. Now I'm still determining whether I want to actually increase that based on a percentage. But right now I'm kind of thinking I'm going to base it off of an RPE. So I actually didn't film this, but on the 5th set with that 225, the last rep took about 20 to 30 seconds to get up. It was a big grinder. I didn't have a spot, so I couldn't just get the spotter to take it. I had to just grind it out, and it was definitely a 10 out of 10 RPE, which means I couldn't, it was a complete maximum effort. So when I increase the weight next week, I'm only going to increase it by 5 pounds, so a 2.5 on each side. Now, if I would have done 5 sets of 5 and it was like an RPE 7 or 8, then I would probably increase it by 10 pounds. And so I have the sets and reps that I'm doing is, 1 week I might do 5 sets of 5, the next week I might do 3 sets of 5, and then 5 sets of 3, and then 3 sets of 3. But those aren't set as, week 1, 2, 3, and 4. They should progress in that order, but how they progress is determined on how rapidly I'm gaining strength. So, for the first couple weeks, I started with, I think, 205 for 5 sets of 5. So I did 5 sets of 5 with 205. Next week, I did 5 sets of 5 with 215. And then this week, I did 5 sets of 5 with 225. And so since I was progressing, I didn't feel like I needed to, lower the volume or lower the reps because I was able to complete the maximum volume. Now, since today was an RPE 10, instead of raising it 10 pounds again next week to 235, I'm just going to raise it to 230 pounds and start off with sets of 5. Now, based on how those sets are going, it's going to be, whether or not I do 5 sets of 5 or 3 sets of 5. That's kind of a way to auto-regulate. If I know, once you do the first set, you're going to know whether or not you're going to be able to do 5 full sets with 5 or if it's just going to be 3. And so then I'll do 3 sets of 5. And then from there, I'll raise the weight, based on the RPE scale. If it's a 7 or 8, I'll raise it 10 pounds. If it's a 10 out of 10, I'll only raise it 5 pounds. And then next week, I'll do 5 sets of 3. And we'll kind of use that same way of progressing, increasing the weight based on the RPE scale and then seeing whether or not you can do the reps. So 5 sets of 3 and then the next week, 3 sets of 3 if you cannot do all 5 sets of 3. Hopefully that made sense to you all. It makes sense in my brain, but sometimes I'm not very good at conveying what's in my brain, making it go all the way out of my mouth. See, I'm having trouble now. And then making other people understand it. It's basically linear periodization, but based on an RPE scale and kind of going, based on how fast you can progress. So most programs will force you to do a weight. But the problem with that is sometimes people, especially beginners, can progress much more rapidly than the program, allows for them to. And then as far as, accessory lifts, I basically just periodize those in a linear fashion. So I might start off the training cycle with sets of 12. Next workout, I'll raise the weight and do sets of 10. Next workout, raise it, sets of 8, raise it, sets of 6. And then, I'll kind of reset the weight back to sets of 12, but hopefully when I reset it, I'll be able to do more weight than I previously did sets of 12 with. But anyways, what you're watching on the screen now is my leg day that you guys haven't seen. I started off with speed work on squats, and we did banded squats, so it was a 185-pound bar weight, and I think about each band felt like about 50 pounds, so it was probably about 275 pounds for 8 sets of 3 with about 60 seconds rest in between, followed by deadlifts, 3 sets of 5. Now my goal was 5 sets of 5, but I auto-regulated and just did 3. As you can see, for some reason my back was really rounding from the beginning, and that normally never happens. If my back rounds, it's normally halfway up when I'm struggling. But I think I was focusing too hard. I was watching videos on technique and stuff, and lat activation in the deadlift, and I think I was focusing too hard on activating my lats and not hard enough on just proper form overall. But here's a new exercise we added in. These are plot squats, so famous bodybuilder for having, probably the biggest legs of all time, Tom Plotz. You put your feet together, heels together, feet angled out, and you go down, and it's almost like doing a leg extension weighted. The key on those, though, they can be hard on the knees, so you have to do a really slow negative. We do 3 to 4 seconds on the way down, pause at the bottom, and then go up to the top. And I didn't do it on that set, but since then I've made sure I don't lock out at the top. And I haven't really had any knee, extra knee issues. I kind of have bad knees as it is, so I probably shouldn't be doing them. But haven't had any extra knee pain. Then we did barbell hip thrust, really trying to increase my glute strength and size, just because that will carry over to squats, deadlifts, and pretty much any athletic movement you can think of, because I have trouble activating my glutes in the compound lifts, and I think it's just because they're underdeveloped. And then my core work that I've been doing is just these heavy dumbbell leg raises. This is, I think, 70 pounds for sets of 10. As I mentioned in the last video, core is a very important part of a strong squat, so I'm really pushing that hard. But we're out of footage, and unfortunately, I am going out of town to Africa next week, so I'm not sure what the video situation is going to be like. I also have exams this week, so hopefully I can pre-record a video and have it scheduled for next week. But if I don't see you guys next week, I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Oh, and don't forget to thumbs up the video. Thank you.